Happy Monday. We are back with an 11 game slate. Let's talk some scene. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back in to another episode for Just a Bet Outside. I am your host, Steven, and we're back with a new week of some MLB action. Hope you guys had a great weekend. I was out at the lake with my family this weekend, so I'm ready to get back to the grind, but had a lot of fun. So we had our typical 4-4 weekend. What else can I say? It's what we do every single weekend. We did go 3-1 overall on Saturday and Sunday. Just a frustrating Friday. We'll go over the recap in just a little bit, though. Of course, as you guys know, the website justabetoutside.com is officially live. It's completely free to join. To be a part of the community page, you can tail people with a click of a button, things like that. There's so many things to offer. And also, I'm going to be writing some sports articles, but there's already some up right now with our teammate that we have on the channel, Zach, who's writing some NBA season preview articles. It's only a few months away, which is crazy. But if you do want to use the premium tools, the premium betting tools, if you're a serious bettor, it's incredible. We've talked about it. There is a video on our YouTube page giving you a 10-minute tutorial. If you want to use that, though, one free month if you use the coupon code JABOLAUNCH. So be sure to go check it out. And, of course, betting contest coming soon. We got NFL coming up. We are very excited. So we're going to start this time with an MLB fun fact. No dad joke this time. So here we go. Little longer one, sorry. But in 1975, Herb Washington ran track at Michigan State. Okay. A's manager Alvin Dark saw him and had him come to spring training. He made the team literally just as a pinch runner. He had 31 stolen bases that year, scored 33 runs, all while never, ever, ever getting an at-bat. That's right. How about that? Scoring 33 runs without ever hitting. He was even taken out as a defensive replacement every time as well. He made it a World Series appearance that year and got picked off, from what I hear. So, just kind of crazy. But anyways, in this video, we're going to recap that weekend, and then we're going to go over the good and bad hitter matchups. And like we do every other Monday, we're going to go over the aces of bases, the players with the most total bases in the last 15 days. And then we'll give you the best pitcher strikeout matchups, the entire pitcher report. And of course, we'll finish it with the best bets and the recap. So hit that like button if you haven't already. Leave a comment below to help this channel continue to grow. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button as we are over 40,000 subscribers. Cannot thank you guys enough. And we got NFL right around the corner with a futures video coming out here in the next couple weeks. So let's get it rolling. And that means it's recap time. All right, there it is. Another 4-4 weekend, down just a little bit of juice, but we'll talk Friday. Friday was the day that ruined it all, the one-unit play. But Marlins' first 5-inning money line, never a doubt. They won easy in that one. But this team total parlay, Baltimore team total over 2.5, cashed easy. Brewers team total over 1.5, obviously cashed easy. The Chicago Cubs, I don't even understand. They got shut out by McGreevy, the rookie, and this Cardinals bullpen and scored 0 runs. You can't make it up. They scored like 9 the next day, of course, but that was a killer. That was the difference between a nice weekend and a slight losing weekend. Royals money line plus 120. They had their chances, just did not get it done. Took a chance there at plus 120. Or actually on Friday, I don't think they had their chances. Sorry, I don't think that was a good game. No, I think back to it. Twins took it to them. Twins offense had a good game. Luis Robert and Bo Bichette. This is the other struggling one, or the other frustrating one. Luis Robert, 0 for 2, and then got pinch hit for. Not because he was hurt. I'm going to just guess that it was a blowout. I guess we had NBA rules, and they give up in the 5th inning already, and he had 2 at-bats. That's it. I don't even know what to say. Bo Bichette did get a hit, though. And then Saturday, like I said, I was out at the lake all weekend with some family and didn't have much time, but just gave out one bet, went right back to the well with the Royals money line. Even though their offense struggled again, they got the job done for a nice 1-0 Saturday. And then Sunday, what a sweaty Sunday. 2-1. Mike Burrow's over 4.5 Ks, never a doubt. That was easy. The Blue Jays money line, you guys know if you follow me on Discord or X, I was livid. I was heated. It was nice to just vent and get stuff out. What the manager Schneider did for the Jays was unbelievable. Hoffman was pitching for the first time in like a week or over a week. He walked like 5 guys. He just left him out there to die in the 8th and 9th inning. Luckily, the rookie came in with bases loaded, 1 out, and got Shohei and Mookie Betts to end the game. It was wild. Big Ernie Clement home run, plus 160 banger. Gotta love that one. Cade Povich under 17.5 outs. He was on his last hitter. His pitches were in the 90s. The A's, of course, let me down like they always do on offense. And even with them not hitting well, he still had to have that last batter, and he did to get 18 outs, unfortunately, so we didn't get the sweep. But either way, that's what I got for the weekend recap. The entire breakdown now down 6.5 units on the year. It's time to get it going this week. So that's what we got. Let's start it out with some hitter matchups. All right, we got 13 good hitter matchups for you today, starting out with Manny Machado, 13 for 39 with a home run against Logan Webb. McCutcheon, 8 for 26 off Quintana. Then you got Gurriel there against Nathan Eovaldi, pretty impressive. Arias, 9 for 17. The hitting machine is pretty good against Logan Webb. And then all the way down to Gavin Sheets, Austin Hayes. Over there on the right side, you see Jackson Merrill there at 6 for 10 as well against Logan Webb. Then Josh Bell, 4 for 8, so on and so on. So that's what we got for the good hitter matchups. Take a screenshot. Now let's check the bad hitter matchups. And we only got 3 of them for you. Elias Diaz, 3 for 25 with 5 Ks against Webb. Brian Hayes, 2 for 16 against Ranger Suarez. And then Wilmer Flores is 2 for 11 off of Yu Darvish. So that's what we got for the hitter matchups. Now it's time for the aces of bases. All right, here is page 1. These are the players with the most total bases in the last 15 days. And a couple weeks ago, if you remember, the leader was Nick Kurtz of the A's. This time, Shea Langoliers of the A's. That's right. Bangaliers, 47 total bases. Bo Bichette, 39. Vlad, 38. Bo Bichette's just been a hitting machine. You see Contreras there. Michael Harris, I mean, he's had a really rough season, but is swinging the bat a little bit better. Ernie Clement, the hero of our Blue Jays bet today, has 34. Kerry Carpenter, so on and so on. So that's page 1. Take a screenshot. Now let's check out page 2. We got a huge tie down there, obviously, as you can tell, for at 29 total bases. I won't list all the players, but there they are. But we got Julio, my man, and the Seattle Mariners, who are coming in hot, baby. That's right. Julio Rodriguez, though, 31 total bases. You see Shohei up there. Lennon Sosa, no relation to Sammy, of course, but Andrew Vaughn, we've talked about it. He's just been a monster. What a pickup by them. 32 total bases, and then there's all the rest of the players as well. So that's what we got for the aces of bases. Now let's talk some Ks. All right, we got 3 good pitcher strikeout matchups for you today, and we start out with the Zebster, Zebby Matthews at the Yankees. Yanks, 10th highest K rate versus righties last 3 weeks, 23.6%. Matthews, 48 Ks in 38.1 innings, and he now has 6 or more Ks in 5 of his last 7 starts. But he does have a lower K rate on the road, 26.2 compared to 33.9 at home. Higher K rate versus lefties, 33.3% compared to 24.4 versus righties. The second one, the man, the myth, the legend, Nate Eovaldi versus the D-backs. D-backs, 9th highest K rate versus the righties in the last 3 weeks. It's actually tied 9th and 10th with the Yankees, as you see up there. They are both at 23.6%. Eovaldi, how about 111 Ks in 111 innings? So just consistent, 1 K per inning. He has 6+ Ks in 4 of his last 5 starts now. He also does have a higher K rate at home, 29% compared to 24.5 on the road. Slightly higher K rate to righties, not a big difference here, 27.1 compared to 25.6 versus lefties. So that's what we got for page 1. Now let's check out page 2, and the final one is Yoshinobu Yamamoto at the Angels. Angels, 2nd highest K rate versus righties last 3 weeks, 27.5%. They've been up there for most of the season. Yamamoto, 139 Ks in 122 innings this year. He now has 6+ Ks in 6 straight starts. I am not including a start where he went 0.2 innings and got absolutely shellacked. Because if you think he's only going to go an inning, obviously you're going to go an under anyways. But this is one of those consistent pitchers, almost identical home road K splits, identical righty lefty K splits. So nothing to really talk about there. But that's what we got for the 3 best pitcher strikeout matchups. Now let's take a look at the pitcher report. All right, here are the first 6 matchups of the day. If you're new to the channel, we like to give this out every single day, so you have all the info for the pitching matchups, and all the averages are on the bottom just to kind of help you out. But we start out with Taijuan Walker, the righty, against the lefty, Andrew Abbott. Walker is somehow threw a 4-hit gem over 6 innings versus Baltimore last start. I don't get it, but sometimes it happens in baseball. He has had great command, but this is not a very good pitcher. We've talked about it as he's become a starter here in the last 4 starts or so. And then Andrew Abbott, last 2 starts, he's allowed 9 and 10 base runners, 12 hits, 7 walks overall. 4 Ks in the last 12 innings too. To be honest, even though he's been limiting some runs, getting out of some jams, he has not looked very good, in my opinion. He just has not looked sharp. And then Zebby Matthews versus Will Warren, if I could say it. Matthews continues to either dominate or get annihilated in the last 6 games. Here's his earned runs allowed: 4, then 1, then 5, then 0, then 5, and then 1 earned run in his last start. He's got good swing and miss stuff, but he can also get hit around a little bit, as you see by that 10.1 hits per 9 innings. And then Will Warren, been better the last 3 starts in those 16.2 innings. How about 14 hits, 3 earned runs, and 16 strikeouts? He does have 7 walks, though, and he also has pitched a little bit better at home. And then Cavalli against Falter. Now, Cavalli, in his first start, which was in a few years, you guys remember I tailed the A's, just needed 2 runs out of them, and they got 0, or got 1 at the end. But Cavalli looked good in that game. I mean, he struck out 6. I think some of it was A's, but he gave up just 3 hits, had some velocity, and then faltered the lefty after a couple good starts. Finally, he gave up 8 hits and 7 earned runs with just 2 strikeouts in his last start against Boston. So he got annihilated yet again. And then Chris Paddock versus Peguero. Paddock, he looked bad last start, giving up 6 hits and 4 earned runs. I watched it, just was not missing bats. And when I say that, I mean he had 0 strikeouts. And now Peguero, he is an opener. That's probably, it sounds like, going to give way to the lefty Tyler Alexander for the bulk innings, whatever that's worth. And then Andrew Heaney versus Jose Quintana. We are going to talk about that game in a little bit. And then right now, TBD for the Rockies going up against Miles Michaelis. Michaelis, other than a couple rare good starts we talked about, he's been awful. He just gave up 7 hits and 5 earned runs in his last start. Continues to not live up to anywhere near the contract that he got with St. Louis. So that's what we got for page 1. Now let's check out page 2 and the final 5 matchups. And we got a good matchup here. Ryan Nelson against Nathan Eovaldi. Nelson been solid this year, thanks to not allowing many base runners. In his last 4 starts, only allowed 5, 3, 6, and 8 base runners. He also has 16 strikeouts in his last 11 innings. Eovaldi, I really don't know what else to say, guys. This guy, a stud is just an understatement. We are deep into the year, and I know he was hurt for a while, but he's still thrown 111 innings, and he has a 1.38 ERA. It's just not fair. Last start, how about 8 innings, 1 hit against the Yankees? That's not bad. And then Garrett Crochet against Christian Javier. Crochet, rare combo lately of giving up a lot of hits, but still striking out a lot of hitters. But he still has given up 2 or lesser in runs in 8 of his last 9 starts. As you guys know, just one of the best pitchers in the league. And then Christian Javier, if you don't know this guy, he has not pitched since 2024. He had command issues back then. He does have some good stuff, probably on a pitch limit here. I'd guess around 75-ish pitches. But the problem with him is his command. I think he had 15 walks I saw in his rehab in like 14 innings in rehab starts, over 5 starts. So, again, just something to keep an eye on. And then Yamamoto versus the ground ball machine and Jose Soriano. Yamamoto been pretty solid last 2 starts. 9 hits allowed, 1 earned run, and 15 strikeouts, both on the road against the Rays and the Reds. Again, 2 struggling offenses, though. And then Soriano, after a nice 5-game stretch, he got annihilated last start. 7 hits, 7 earned runs against the Rays at home. And in fact, speaking of home, I don't know how he does it, but this is going to be his 6th home start in his last 7. I mean, he just does not pitch much on the road. And then Yu Darvish versus Logan Webb. Darvish, he's only really had 1 good start out of his 6 starts so far. He has not thrown more than 76 pitches in his last 4 starts also. And then Logan Webb, like I've mentioned before, he's weirdly just been getting hit around a lot lately, but in the last 11.2 innings, he still has 21 strikeouts, so not too bad. And then we end it with Ryan Pepe LePew against Jeffrey Summer Springs. LePew struggling with his command. 9 walks in his last 15.2 innings. Still been a pretty solid pitcher overall, as you see, above average K rate there, above average hits per 9, things like that. The lefty Jeffrey Springs, he's been awesome the last 2 starts. He's only given up a total of 3 hits and 2 earned runs with 12 strikeouts in his last 12 innings. I mean, 3 hits in 12 innings is pretty impressive. We've seen him, have some rocky starts, but for the most part, for a guy that doesn't miss a ton of bats, he's looked pretty good. So that's what we got for the entire pitcher report and all the research help. Now it's time for the best bets. All right, this first one takes us out to the red-hot Milwaukee Brewers as they host the Pittsburgh Pirates. Brewers on the money line -208, Pirates money line +168 with a total of 8 runs. I'm not going with the Brewers on the money line. I'm going with the total. Give me the over 8 runs at -115. You can get this on BetMGM or Bet365. It's a 1-unit play. The other books have it too. I think it's just a little more juiced right now, 117, 120. But again, 1-unit play for me here. I don't usually do that on totals, but this total just does not make sense. The Brewers team, if you don't know, it's on another planet right now. I don't even understand how they're winning so many games, but they're over this total now in 8 of their last 10, over in 7 of their last 10 home games. Starting pitcher changed from Freddie Peralta to Jose Quintana, but the book didn't change much. That's bizarre to me. Maybe it will. Maybe we see some 8.5s, maybe closer to 9. But this total feels kind of like a Peralta start. So let's talk the starting pitcher matchup. We got 2 lefties, Andrew Heaney and Jose Quintana. Heaney has gone 5 or less innings now in 6 straight starts, so he's not going to go deep into the game. Probably give you around 75-ish pitches. And he also really struggles on the road. He has given up 3+ runs in 6 straight road starts. I mean, you can just pencil in 3+ runs for the road team every time. He has a huge 6.5 ERA on the road, 1.42 WHIP, 276 average against, 539 slugging. 14 of his 22 home runs given up have been on the road as well. Yes, 22 home runs. He faced his Brewers team already this season. What did he do? 7 earned runs on 7 hits and 3 walks. Got crushed. It was not pretty. Now, the lefty, Jose Quintana. He's going to be around 5 to 6 innings and give up a few runs. It's just what he is. I'm not going to say boring, but it kind of is. Giving up 2 to 4 earned runs in 6 of his last 7 starts. Doesn't miss many bats, as you guys all know. He's a veteran who's been around for a while, but giving up 6+ hits now on 5 of his last 7 starts. The only team that didn't get 6 hits off him in his last 7 starts was the Dodgers twice. Make that make sense. But either way, he's a very average starting pitcher, in this league, below average K rate and swing and miss stuff and all that. But offenses, this is where I also love this one. If you don't know, these are 2 top 10 offenses versus lefties in the last 3 weeks. The Pirates, 8th highest WRC plus, the #1 walk rate in the majors. They can get on base, not just by hitting it. 10th in slugging, 4th in ISO power. They've been swinging the bat pretty well. Brewers, this offense, you guys know, it's ridiculously hot. Hot hitters up and down the lineup. It's not just the top of the order. Jackson Churrio's still out. It has not mattered. Versus lefties in the last 3 weeks, 2nd highest WRC plus versus lefties, 2nd highest batting average. They are hitting .318 as a team. 9th highest walk rate. They are annihilating lefties. And then you go to the bullpen. Brewers bullpen's actually in decent shape. DJ Hall, or DL Hall, I think it's DL Hall. Anyways, he ate up some innings. He does some bulk after Quinn Priester starts, and he ate up like 3 innings. So they're in decent shape. Pirates bullpen is a bit gassed, but also is just not very good. Milwaukee bullpen, in my opinion, has been overperforming a little bit lately, but the Pittsburgh bullpen just hasn't been good in a while. 12th highest bullpen ERA now since the All-Star break. We know they traded away some pieces as they are in sell mode. So overall, we have 2 average to below average lefties facing 2 top 10 offenses that just hit lefties, or at least have been hitting lefties well. I like over runs here. I mean, I like some runs here because even if you get 8, it's a push. But if you can only get 8.5 with this one, I still like this. Maybe go down to a half unit, but I do think we get some runs like we've been seeing a lot with Brewers games, as they like to score in bunches. So give me the over 8 runs as my first best bet. All right, this second one is an alt team total parlay. That's right, -124 on DraftKings. This is a 1-unit play for me as well. Give me the Yankees team total over 2.5, Red Sox team total over 1.5, and the D-backs team total under 5.5. Let's start out with the ice-cold New York Yankees. We all know this team is struggling. It's been a bottom 5 team for quite a while in the MLB right now. Offense has still been decent. They're really having some bullpen and pitching issues, but the weather here, 81 degrees, 8 to 9 mile an hour winds, slightly blowing out to left field. Let's talk the Yankees offense now. They've scored 3+ runs in 7 of the last 10 games. 8 of the last 10 games, they've also scored 3 or more runs, averaging 4.3 runs per game. Not like I'm sitting here saying they've been absolutely dynamite, but this is about rock bottom for them. This is a get-right game if there ever was one. This is a get-right series for them if there ever was one. I expect them to do it here. Now, they just got 1 hit by George Costanza. That's right. Jason Alexander, somehow through like 6 innings, 1 hit ball. There's only one way to go from here, and it's up. So they're going to be facing Zebby Matthews. This guy has been up and down, like I mentioned earlier. 3 of his last 6 starts have given up 0 1 earned run. The other 3, 5, 5, and 4 earned runs allowed. He has gone 5 or less innings in 4 of his last 5 starts, and he has not been good on the road. 5.63 ERA, 289 average against. Walk rate goes from 1.7% at home to 8.4% on the road. His K rate drops as well. We talked about that in the pitcher K matchups. He's coming off a good start. I think he comes back down to earth a little bit. I know we have a Yankees offense that's kind of middling right now, and then Zebby, who's coming off a great start. But I do think we reverse that here. Twins bullpen is a big part of it. Like I mentioned, Zebby doesn't go deep into games. The Twins bullpen, it's one of the worst bullpens in the league. I know sometimes they pitch well against the Royals offense, but that offense is just brutal to watch. But after they traded away all their best arms, this is just not a very good bullpen. I expect the Yankees to come out and score 3 runs here at home. I mean, my goodness, if they don't, they are going to get booed off this field yet again. But I do think they get there again. Their team total is set at 4.5 for a reason. Now, second leg, Red Sox team total over 1.5. I almost pulled the trigger on 2.5, but I'm going to play it safe here. This Red Sox offense scored 2+ runs in 18 of the last 20 games, 2+ runs in 18 of the last 20 versus a right-handed pitcher as well, averaging 5.1 runs per game over that span. Overall this season, they've scored 5 runs per game, and they've scored 2+ runs in 100 of 119 games this year. So obviously, great hit rate. 2 runs for any ball club is really not a lot to ask for. They're facing Christian Javier, kind of a wild card here. I know that, but he hasn't pitched in over a year. He had 15 walks and 15 innings in his rehab starts. He was not sharp at all. And you know what? This is the guy who had command issues before his injury as well. I think he struggles for a few starts after a long break, as most pitchers do. I'd be surprised if he come out he comes out and just absolutely shuts down this hot Red Sox lineup. And even if he does, they can still get 2 runs. But the Astros bullpen been a little above average since the All-Star break. They did use Abreu and King on Sunday. For the most part, they're in decent shape. But again, we are asking for 2 runs. Team total here is set at 4.5 for a reason. They have 9 guaranteed ABs as the road team. I think we get 2 off Javier before the bullpen even comes in, to be honest with you. So give me the Red Shoes over 1.5 as my second leg. Third one, the D-backs team total under 5.5. This isn't under 1. I almost bet their team total under 1.5 in the first 5 innings on its own. That's crazy, but Eovaldi's unbelievable. This one's pretty straightforward. Eovaldi, 1 or less earned run given up in 13 of his last 14. Let that settle in. 1 or less run in 13 of his last 14. And the only one he didn't was against the Seattle Mariners in his first game back from injury. I mean, does that even really count after he was gone for quite a while? This has been a top 3, top 5 starting pitcher in the league this year. Absolutely dominant. I expect another 6 to 7 innings of 0 or 1 run ball from him. Just gave up 1 hit in 8 innings or 8.1 innings versus the Yankees in his last start. Absolutely dominated. The Rangers bullpen, top 10 bullpen ERA since the All-Star break, been much improved. And also, we should only get 2 to 3 innings from them because I expect Eovaldi to go deep. Now, the D-backs offense. They've come to life the last few games versus righties, but here's the righties they face, and this is why. Facing Gordon and the Rockies bullpen. Blaylock and the Rockies bullpen after that. Faced Yu Darvish, got 3 runs on just 3 hits in like 4 innings. Yu Darvish has only had 1 good start out of like 6 this year. Rookie Jack Perkins, JT Ginn. I mean, guys, these are nowhere near the level of Eovaldi. We know they don't have Naylor, they don't have Suarez, they went in sell mode and all that. Rangers ballpark also is very pitcher friendly. You see a ton of unders here, a ton of low scoring. We have a 7.5 total for a reason here. D-backs team total is set at 3.5 for a reason. I believe right now it's juiced to the under there as well. So I don't expect more than probably 3 runs from Arizona here, but I'm going to take the under 5.5. So give me the Yanks team total over 2.5, Red Sox over 1.5, D-backs under 5.5. That is my second and final best bet on the video. That's right, just 2 right now. I got 2 solid 1-unit plays that I like. Maybe lower volume, higher unit count. We can get on a little roll here. But again, any added plays will be on the pinned comments below on X, Discord, my website. You guys know the drill. So that's what we got for you before we get out of here. Let's check out the recap. All right, there it is. My 2 best bets so far. The over 8 runs in the Pittsburgh-Milwaukee game for 1 unit, -115. And then the all-team total parlay, -124 on DK. Yanks team total over 2.5. Red Sox over 1.5. And the D-backs under 5.5. Let's get some winners. Let's start out the week great. But thank you guys for watching. As always, I really appreciate the support. If you haven't already, hit that like button. I would appreciate it. Hope you have a great Monday, and we'll talk to you soon.